Oh man, leadership is a big word and can be defined in many different ways. But for me, it's about getting people to buy in, for a common purpose. Getting people to achieve, motivating and inspiring people to, like I said, work for a common goal and to work to be the best that they can be. Yeah, October 13th, 2008. I mean, literally that day, and it was not. It really was a unintended, um, you know, consequence, if you will. But I met with the team for the first time that afternoon at 4 o'clock. I'll never forget it, because Coach Bowden had come in and talked to the team, and then Terry Don let me come in, and I didn't want anybody in the room, so it was just me and the team. And basically, I told the team what Terry Don Phillips told me. I said, guys, here's the situation. None of us asked for this, but here's what Terry Don Phillips told me. And so here's what I'm going to say to y'all. Because he told me for the next 6 weeks, I want you to be the head coach. I don't want you to be an interim head coach. I want you to be the head coach. And whatever you think you need to do to fix this, you do that, and I'm going to support you. And so that was my message to the team was, listen, guys, here's the deal. For the next 6 weeks, we're going to do things differently. I know I don't have much of a chance to get this job, but I got a chance. And I said, I'm all in. All right. And that was my message to the team. And I said, we're going to practice tonight at 6 o'clock. You don't owe me anything. You don't owe Clemson anything. And if you don't want to be a part of it, just no problem. You go turn your stuff in, and when the season's over, hey, you can move on, or whoever the new coach is, you can stay on with them, or whatever you want to do. But for the next 6 weeks, here's how we're going to do things. And I kind of laid some things out, and I said, I'm all in. All right? And if you're going to be all in with me, because that's what it's going to take for this to work, for us to turn this season around, then show up at practice at 6 tonight. Otherwise, no hard feelings. And they all showed up. James Davis and all those guys, they all showed up that night. And it was an emotional night. And so when the practice was over, I was just, going from 1 minute to the next minute. When practice was over, Tim Bray came and said, okay, you got to go talk to the media. And I'm thinking I'm meeting with 2 people or something. And I walk in and the whole room is full of media. And somebody asked me what I said to the team. And I told them, I said, hey, look, I know I don't have much of a chance, but I got a chance. And I'm all in. For the next 6 weeks, I'm all in. Everything I got. And so that's where it started. The fan base kind of took that and ran with it. Well, 2 examples on our team right now, Robert Smith and Grady Jarrett. We weren't going to recruit either one of those guys. Neither one of them were highly recruited guys out of high school. But I just, the more I watched them, and they came to our camp, and I just, Robert was a quarterback, and you could just watch the film and just see what a leader he was and how he inspired his teammates. And then you look at what they did academically and their commitment there off the field and how they lived, how they took care of their bodies, and just the relentlessness that they played with. I was like, you know what, we want these guys on our team. And but when you go out and you evaluate these guys, you talk to other people. You try to find out as much as you can about them. You look at their academic transcript. Are they guys that show up to class? Are they cutting classes? Are they missing a lot of school? That says a lot. Are they guys that are about the little things? Because the little things lead to big things. Are they guys that are in that weight room, or are they cutting corners? So you talk to some of their teammates. I'm always trying to evaluate a guy, not just from a talent standpoint, but character and leadership qualities. I think those are huge things for us in this program and what we try. And part of our job will always be to teach and correct and develop character and leadership. That's always part of our job. But I tell you what, the more you can do on the front end of the recruiting process, the better you have. The better it is when you get them here from a leadership standpoint. A guy like Travis Blanks, I mean, what a great leader he is. And he was a leader as a true freshman when he got here. And we saw that in the recruiting process. So just, decision making that they've made, and you're dealing with young people, so they're never going to be perfect. And then when we see some issues and we make the decision, okay, all right, we think we can help this guy, then we have to make sure that we have all the resources in place and that we're all doing our job when they get here to hold them accountable, to teach them and develop them as men, and to teach them those leadership qualities that they need, and correct some of the character things that maybe we recognize aren't quite what they need to be. So it's, we're not going to just say, hey, we're not going to take this guy because he doesn't seem to be a great leader. But if he's not, why and how can we help him? Those are things we look at. Well, I mean, it just comes with the territory. I mean, I think that that's something I try to take great pride in understanding that, first of all, I'm very fortunate to be in the position that I'm in, but take pride in how I represent our brand. I mean, the brand is much bigger than any coach or any player or any athletic program. Ultimately, it's about Clemson University and making sure that we do things within our football program that build our brand in a positive way and reflect things in a positive way. We're never going to be perfect, but we have to have accountability and discipline. When we have issues, deal with them the right way. I think that's very important. But I understand that we have a huge platform with Clemson football. It's sometimes the front door to Clemson University for a lot of people. When they look at Clemson, a lot of people will think about, or identify with Clemson because of the football program. So I understand that, and that's a huge responsibility that I have to make sure that we do things the right way. Because if we don't, then it reflects negatively on the whole university because of the exposure that we get as a football program. So it's important that I lead with a positive energy and enthusiasm because we got plenty of negativity out there already. And so, that's what I try to do. I try to, be positive and try to handle the media the right way. Try to, do the right things with our players, and sometimes the right things they don't like, but try to, use that as the filter. Is, okay, what's best for our players and what's best for Clemson long term, and we don't take shortcuts.